Welcome everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty darn good one. So today we're going to be looking at vines and a lot of things you can do with them and how to farm them in multiple ways, and even some mossy cobblestone. And I didn't know this was a thing. I knew you could harvest vines, but I did not know you could grow vines. And I did not know you could make mossy cobblestone, which is why we're doing this, because I want some mossy cobblestone. I want to use it for decorating purposes as well as vines. So we're over here in the swamp, and there's two places you can really get vines in the wild, and that is the swamp and the jungle, and you need a pair of shears to get them. Now, these are super simple to get. You basically just walk up to it, and very important, start at the bottom, not the top, and just do like so. Now, if you're patient, you don't really need to farm. I'm completely honest. You can go out and you can farm up quite a bit. I mean, I've got this much, and I've only been doing this for just a few minutes to get us a stockpile, because I need some for our farm that we're going to be building today. And so it's not super hard to get, because it grows very abundantly. And one important tip I'm going to add when you're harvesting it from the wild, don't cut the piece that is, let's climb up here. See, there's a little bit of, it's hard to see, but there's a little bit of vine right there on that leaf. Don't harvest that piece. That way when you come back, it'll grow some more, and you can come back and harvest it. And another neat thing about vines is you can use it as a decorative ladder. As you can see, I can climb it, no problem. It doesn't even need anything behind it. You can slide down it. It works fantastic. It's actually one of the most useful things in Minecraft, honestly. Because I mean, that is a hidden ladder if I've ever seen one. So we're going to look at a few different ways to farm it up, and I'm just getting a little bit so we can have enough to play around with, because, you know, you always want to have extra when you're building anything like this. That way, if you mess up and you break some, you always got it taken care of. But once again, you can find it in the swamp, you can find it in the jungle. The jungle is probably the largest collection of it. But it's easiest to get it in the swamp. Now, before we head back, I'm actually going to pick up some wood while we're here, because we're needing some for our build today. Or at least I'm going to be using some for our build today. And I couldn't remember what exactly the type was that grew in the swamp. So we're getting us some oak logs. That way we got us some for our build. Now today for this, you're going to need a pair of shears to get the cobblestone to get the vine. You're going to need any form of building block. I will be using stone and stone bricks. I forgot what it was called there for a minute. And I don't know if vines need light to grow. I did some looking. I couldn't find this out. This was something, like I said, I just discovered that you could grow vines today on the wiki. I had no idea you could. I wish I'd have known a long time. Dang, I wish I hadn't cut that one down and got some mushrooms growing underneath of it. Always like to leave the mycelium behind. So I'd have been doing this a long time ago, because I wanted to actually use some in our XP farm for the mossy cobblestone, which is another thing we're going to be looking at today. How much wood do I got here? 30? We need a little bit more, I think. Let's go down here and get this big tall boy here. Dude. And we're actually going to look at more than one way to farm this, just because I want to cover all bases. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to go over real quick. I'm going to basically run around and collect up some more wood, and then we're going to head back to base, and we'll look at how you can farm this stuff. Real quick, I just want to remind y'all, when you're out here doing this and you're taking wood from the trees, always remember to plant some back. Unless you just need the trees, always plant back the saplings you collect. That way you always got more to come back to. And it's really good, you know. You always need to plant trees. You should go try to plant some in real life. It's good for us. Alright, y'all, so we're over here where we got all our farms at. And this is one of them farms that you can basically build in a ton of different ways. And you can build them as long, as tall as you want. Matter of fact, if you look right there, just as an experiment, I hung up some vines off of the top of that, and that will actually grow all the way to the ground. We can go as high as we want, basically, and it will grow all the way down. And it takes a little while. that's one of the reasons why we've done that. I just put that up there, and as you can already see, it's already starting to grow. So we're going to see if it'll grow all the way to the ground before we're done building this. But we're going to look at, this was the primary way. I've actually spent quite a bit of time in creative trying to get the numbers on this right so that we can have a farm we don't have to worry about being accidentally, breaking. So this is the layout, the basic layout in this. We're actually going to have a chest right here. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks in the front, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks on the side. Now, this is going to be kind of an odd shape. This is everything we're going to be using to make it. I'm going to be building primarily with the stone bricks, but I'm also going to be using wood just because I figured, you know what, it's just one of them things that's good. And we're also going to need a disposable dirt block, which I may actually need a little bit more dirt just to make things easy. Now, you don't need the disposable dirt. You can fill it in, or the disposable block. You can fill it in, and it don't really matter. It's like I said, it's one of them things. You can do this super simple. There is a basic design you can do where you basically put down a block, put a block, and one more all the way across like so. And then you can hang vines from this like this, and you can layer it so many deep, both sides, like so. And you can repeat just like this. Doot. Alright, and then super simple. I mean, this is not a complicated thing to do. All you really need is somewhere to hang this from. And then you can just basically stand here, and as it drops down, you can harvest it here and here, and and that's good to go. You can even water it, which is the one we're going to build today is going to have water. So let's go ahead and put in our cornerstones here. That way we got our markers. Just like so. And we're going to we need our slabs, because this is going to denote the front of the build here. And we're going to put one there, there, there. We're going to skip this spot for now. One there, and one there. And to go ahead and just make it easy, let's go ahead and get rid of this block. Now I'm doing this. You don't have to do this with the 2 hoppers. This just makes it easier for the collection. And then we're going to crouch, and we're going to put a slab on top of that. And basically this is going to be our collection, and it's going to funnel into this. Okay, so we actually don't need we can use those, but we don't really need those no more. All right, let's get our building blocks back out. And let's see. We're going to put a block here. Now, you're going to use these as end stones, so we're going to put 2 blocks. That way, when we're moving back and forth, we hit this, and boom, okay? So you could probably build this all the way up, and probably will in the end. But back here, we're going to have a nice happy brain fart. We're going to go up 6 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can get away with 5 and then layer this up, but I wanted to go ahead and go all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then basically this is going to be the very back wall of our build. Now I'm going to do a step here. You do not need to do this step. You can skip this, and it will actually take 1 off the length, but I'm going to do it because I think it makes it look kind of neat and fancy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a block and put it there, and basically we're going to skip this row right here for the time being. And then we're going to take another block and put one there. And this is where our actual first row of I already got the wood, okay. Our first row of the wood is going to go that we're using for this process. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down 1, and we're going to put a block there all the way across. Let's make sure we don't cross our line. All right, we went 1 too far. Okay, that's cool. And right there. Now, you can fill this in. Like I said, I'm just doing the basics of this build because, like I said, you could build this any way you want. Honestly, this is one of them things where it's really up to you how you want to build it. I'm just going to show you a basic design that is effective, because with this build, you don't have to worry about destroying your source vine, and you can basically you can harvest all the vine that's harvestable and not worry about anything else. Let's go ahead and put us up to a ladder here. That way we can get up and not have to worry about it. All right, so now here's a very important step. And the reason why we're doing this is we're going to go real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and put down some vine here, like so. And we're going to put vine on this block, on this one, so it can go ahead and start growing. And two, I want to show you why we're doing this, so it's this way. Where's my shears at? Okay, there. All right, so if we stand here, we can take the shears. Actually, let's go ahead and do this like so on both sides. And then I'm going to use half slabs. You can put a whole slab here if you want, but that is not what we wanted. Or I mean a whole block here. But just to make it look neater, I'm going to use half slabs. And basically what it is we're going to be pushing against this when we farm. And as you can see, we cannot target that at all. That is untargetable. But the one below it, once it grows, we will be able to. And that is why you're going to do this. You're going to put down the first row, okay? And then we're going to get... I'm going to use wood. You don't need to. You can do any block you want to. Like I said, you don't need it. This stuff will grow on anything. If you use cobblestone, you may even get lucky and get some extra mossy cobblestone spreading out of it. So we're going to put down one row here. Okay. We're not going to be putting vines on that. So next we're going to be putting a block here and a block there. Let's come over here. There and there. And then we're going to be putting our next row of wood like so. Now, the reason why we did this is, once again, we're going to put down our vines. And I'd recommend putting the vines down as you put down your layer here. That way it can start growing as you do this. And now the reason why we're doing it staged up one from the previous is we do not want to harvest this vine. And if we put vine on this block, we can harvest it. And it's just a little window, but we can still do it. And you do not want to get rid of your source vine. That way, it just makes life easier not having to go back and replace it. It's just one of them simple things. All right, so now once again, like I said, I'm doing the layout, the basic layouts. Okay, we got our stepped up. And that's the only one we have to step. So now when we come here, you'll be able to aim right here and get this one. Now, if we put it there, we could aim right here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick. And that's why we skipped this one. See, if we come up right there, well, okay. If it was this one was here, we could. Here, let's destroy that and I'll show you. I'm getting out of whack because yeah, y'all know how it is. All right, so see, if we put a block there and put that there and then come back here and stand with this, we can farm that. And we don't want that. That's what we're trying to skip. Now see, we got one growing here and we can farm that one, but not that one. So we don't have to worry about destroying our source vine, just like we can't farm that one. All right, now let's do the rest of this. Head on back up here. Dude, okay. Let's get our building block out again. Yeah, that's okay. Trying to organize my inventory here. And we're going to go up one more, like so. And then we're going to take our wood all the way across. And now we're going to put a vine on this one, just like that. And and we fell. Forgot, I was like, wow. I was like, why did we go slow? And then I got thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah. So we got one in the back. We skip a layer, and we come out one, and we got a layer, and then we got another layer. And that's basically that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to build up from here. Let's go ahead and do. I think that should be. I have to get my numbers straight in my head, but I'm pretty sure this is basically it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. So this is the basic design. Now it's up to you to make it look pretty and to make everything function the way you want to. But to make mine look pretty and for our collection, I'm going to come back here. No, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're going to do that. We're going to fill this in like so, all the way around. And I ran out of stone blocks. Okay, just like so. All right, let's come over here and build this up so that it looks nice and even. Now, like I said, I tried to find I don't know if vines need light, if they grow better in the dark. I know Mossy Cobblestone, apparently we can grow Mossy Cobblestone with some running water and moss up against it in the dark, but I've tested that and I never could get it to actually work properly. I don't know if I was doing something wrong or what, but there is a step here I'm going to recommend we do, and that is to seal this off one higher up. And I'm actually going to use, well, this is going to hurt, but whatever, glowstone, so that this is nice and lit up. And I'm actually going to place this glowstone randomly in here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is, like I said, you can basically use any block, as far as I'm aware, for the moss or the vine. So I'm going to put a glowstone right here so that it's got a nice pretty light. And then I'm going to come over here like so. And I feel like something's wrong, but this is right. All right, I'm going to go all the way across like so. That way it's nice and lit up and it looks nice and pretty. Might even add another one there. I don't know. We'll see. I've got to decide what I'm doing here for my design. I'd actually prefer to use sea lanterns, but I don't have enough for them. Now, to make this look nice and pretty, and to build our water flow for our collection, we're going to need some water. I'm going to get our bucket, and we're going to need 2 bucketfuls of water. That's it for this, like so. And we're going to climb up here, like this. And we're going to look right here in the corner, and we're going to place it. We're going to run back over here and jump on the bed so that we can bounce. Good old happy bed. We're going to run back up. And we're going to look at this one. And now, if you see, all our water, except for this corner right here. Now, if you that gets stuck there, that's not a big deal. As you're going back and forth, you can basically, you'll gather it. Matter of fact, you'll gather a bunch of this up. This is for the stuff that falls in the back. So as you can see, it's already growing. And with this setup, we can stand here without crouching. You can farm that one. You cannot farm that one right there, which means you don't have to worry about your source block. Let's put that one back since we... All right. Now, I said you don't have to worry about your source block. You cannot farm that one, but you can get the one below it. So, bloop. Now, you're going to want to seal these sides in. And I'm actually going to say you're going to want to put probably a layer right... this block. No, give me those. We need those. I said, give me those. You may want to put a block right here. And the reason is that way when you farm this one right here, and you're actually going to probably want to come down like so. And you can still see it if you stand here. As you can see, you can just get right underneath there. And that way when it hits this one, it falls down and it don't fall out. But you are want to go seal these up on the sides. That way when you farm this, it doesn't bounce out like anything else. It's the nature of the way stuff farms in Minecraft. Like so. Okay. And that is pretty much it. Now, like I said, you can grow Mossy Cobblestone. I have had no luck doing it. I'm going to be completely honest. I tried I let it sit for a long time. Nothing ever happened. I will show you the basis of how I understand how it does it. I may be wrong. But this is how I understand what I read and was able to find information-wise on how it's done. But I just couldn't get it to work. And that's basically that, y'all. That is basically done. Now you just need to prettify it and make it look nice and spiffy. And all you do is come in, start at the bottom, work your way up. Now that one right there is a little different. You got to aim at the edge there, but you can get it. You just can't get the one above it, which is what we wanted. That's why we skipped this one right here. Now something I want to know, this stuff will grow up pretty much everywhere up and down. It will grow up and down. So it'll grow up on the ceiling eventually as well. And as you can see, our little simple one we got over here, you just, like so, and you can run back and forth. And you can make these as long, as short, as tall as you want. As you can see, it's still growing over there. Now, let's look at making Mossy Cobblestone. Like I said, I attempted to do this in creative, and I never could get to pull it off. But to make cobblestone, Mossy Cobblestone, you just put cobblestone and moss above it, and you'll get a Mossy Cobblestone just like that. I didn't know we could do that. That is such an awesome thing. That's why we're actually making this farm. All right, so now that we got that, we're going to go over here in the cave because this needs no light. You need this to be as dark as absolutely possible without sunlight. Let's go this way. But once again, like I said, I have not managed to get this to work. Actually, you know what we need? We need a bucket of water. But supposedly, we can make Mossy Cobblestone grow by taking cobblestone, plain regular cobblestone, and we're going to farm out a little bit here. I don't want to cut into our other 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's mine out a little area here, just a little area for an experiment. And I'll keep an eye on this and keep you all updated on this works or not. And from what I understand, basically, we want to put just like this. Okay. And we want to put our Mossy Cobblestone here. And then we want to put regular cobblestone here. Just like that. And now, from what I understand, this should spread down this way. And the way you do that is by putting water there. And it needs to be running water. So this needs to be flowing. It can't be just still standing water, from what I understand. But like I said, this either takes an incredibly long time or this is not right. I could not get this to work. I waited about 35, 40 minutes. It did not grow. But this is, from what I understand, is what you do. And it has to be blocked from sunlight. So I'm actually going to get rid of this torch right here. Don't really want to, because that means things will grow up in here, and I already have trouble with stuff popping up inside here. But that is basically it, y'all. That is how you grow vines. You just hang it from something. I mean, as you can see, it's growing up there. But this makes a super efficient farm here. And it took me, I'm not going to lie, it took me a little while to figure this out, the exact numbers, because I kept getting my source block. My source vine. And it's weird. Why is that one not harvestable and yet that one is? I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. So that's why we skipped that one. And we go up one. And that way you got to worry about it. And as you see, look, it's growing on the glowstone right there. But I just think this looks neat. That's why I did it with the water in the background like so. And I wish I had some I forget the sea lanterns. We can place them like this and make it look all nice, and that way you can come over here, and when you stand in behind it, it's all pretty, it glows, and the water reflects. But like I said, that is it. Super simple. 2 different methods to do it. You can basically do this as tall as you want it to do, and then just hang it down. You can hang it from anywhere, or you can do this nice little staged setup that I've got here, which honestly, this works really well. I tested it out, and once it grows out, you get all kinds of vines. It's really nice. You can grow it as long as you want. The only thing you got to do is work out your water. But I hope I helped y'all out. I hope you learned something. If you did and you want to show your support, smack that thumbs up button. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you got any questions, suggestions, or tips. If there's anything you want to see. If you just want to say hi. Share if you would so it's not easier. Helps them out. Helps me out. It's an amazing thing to do. And remember, y'all. Stay safe. Have fun. And game on.